Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Georgie Mandy's first marriage. I always feel like I'm about to say Young Sheldon because that's the most recent show. But yes, it is Georgie Mandy's first marriage, and we're fully engaged. Yes, we seen the first episode. Mandy was bickering with her mum, Audrey. She decided, enough's enough. We need our own place. We've lived with the Coopers, we've lived with you. We need our own spot. So they decided to get this little pad that they could afford. However, trains was going by, stuff was falling off the shelves, baby couldn't sleep. Audrey, she come back, she apologised, they decided, we'll move back in. But this is just a small kink in lots of things that's been going on for Georgia. If you look at his situation, which I never actually thought about, his father's passed away, his brother's moved away, he's now got a new baby, his wife's currently unemployed, he's got Audrey always moaning at him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a lot of pressure, a lot of weight on his shoulders, and, it took his toll last episode when Mandy was like, look, if I can't find a position here around where we live, maybe we're going to have to move further away, and he didn't want that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he started having pains in his chest, he's gone to the hospital, he had a panic attack. So he's come back and he's told Mandy, and everybody's kind of stepping on eggshells around him, making sure that he's okay and not trying to put him under too much stress. And, I was saying, it's interesting because on the front of it, George just seems like a happy, go at it guy. He's always motivating, cheering, championing everybody whilst always having a smile on his face. And you think, mate, he's got nothing to be stressed about. Well, when you lay it all down on the table, it's a lot to be dealing with, isn't it? It actually really, really is. And it was good, obviously, that was acknowledged, and they was all kind of supporting him last episode. And I'm interested, obviously, to see, what we do with the storyline and where we actually were like, what's the season's plan? That's what I'm waiting to be established. And like I said in last episode, I'd like to see more of, obviously, Audrey and Jim as well, and their personalities, what they like to do, and them spending time together as well. There's also a bonding sessions with Cece and obviously Georgie and Mandy, because they're the new family. That's what we're here to see, and I don't think we've seen any of the baby in the first two episodes, so maybe we do today. Thanks for checking it out though. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Well, this article says to put cabbage leaves in your bra when you're ready to stop breastfeeding.
Why would you do that?
To help dry up your milk.
What happens to the cabbage leaves?
That's your question?
Check it out.
What's that?
My very first credit card.
Oh, you never had one before?
Nope. Blockbuster card, Subway card. That's it.
Those cards can get you in trouble.
Amanda knows a thing or two about that, don't you, Amanda?
Oh, yeah?
Well, when I was younger, I got a little carried away, but I learned my lesson.
CC, how'd you get food in your hair?
Yeah, I miss when she was bald.
Okay, no more credit card talk around Georgie.
I assumed you told him.
Well, you assumed wrong.
Private conversation, honey.
I have a secret of my own.
Oh, good for you.
Would you like to hear it?
Not really.
I've been corresponding with Tonight Show host Jay Leno.
I share a birthday with Bryant Gumbel.
They've not disclosed what her issue is with the credit card, but she's obviously been in debt, and I just don't understand people who get in debt. I understand people who get in debt for ridiculous situations that is unforeseen and it just has to be an expense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, someone smashed into your car and it's been written off and you got no money and you need to buy on a credit card, and then obviously it goes from $5,000 to $6,000. Or do you know what I mean? Or it's an emergency, you broke your arm, you need to pay to go to hospital. Get it. That type of situation. But usually at a young age, people just get the credit card, shopping, interest. That $100 has turned into $500 in a matter of 2 months. Like, it's ridiculous, isn't it? However, credit cards are what helps you build credit score. Like, I think it's ridiculous that you could be 30 years old and never have a credit card and go to get a mortgage and you got less chance of getting one than somebody who's 30 years old who's had a credit card and used it. And the reason is, obviously, if you've used your credit card, it shows that you borrowed money and paid it back, and they could trust you. However, on the flip side, person that's never had a credit card shows that they've never had to borrow money, which shows that they're stable, which shows that you should be really able to rely on them. Do you know what I mean? It's a catch-22. It's hard. However, I use an Amex card. I do it every month. I just pay everything and anything that I can on there. And then at the end of the month when I get paid, I just pay the card off. And I do that all the time. I've been doing it for what? Let's just say like 5 years. Got like £800 in points. I'll redeem that on a vacation or something. Free flights, free hotels. Me and the girlfriend go away, chilling. You know what I mean? And all I do it is what I would have bought with a debit, I just buy with the credit. You know, I don't buy big buys. I just buy daily buys. Let's go and get a coffee. Let's go get the shopping. You know what I mean? Let's buy a chocolate bar. Let's fill up the car. Bang, 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 bang. What I would spend anyway, just pay it off. And so far, it's been racking up.
Haven't done this in a while.
Gotta take the new credit card out for a spin. And I know how these credit card companies work. Get people to run up a bill, spend the rest of their life paying off the interest like chumps. Okay? You're looking a little sweaty.
Oh, it's a salsa. It's kind of hot.
You'll like this one. The secret to find out how your wife's gonna look when she's older is to check out her mother.
Oh, ew.
What? Your mom's a fox. That works in your favor.
Right back at you, cowboy.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
So you're happy?
The happiest.
Now let me
Well, this
hammer
is what
down
we're
this credit
talking
card.
Remember that trouble I told you about when I was younger with the credit cards? It's more of an ongoing lesson.
$12,000.
Oh, that's a lot, 12k.
Yes, you told him.
Should have told me before we got married.
Yeah, well, I was taking care of it.
How?
You send them $20 a month per card, and they kind of leave you alone. Well, let me make it up to you.
No, cut it out. The Georgie store is closed.
The thing is with that that one is I understand why it's mad. 12k is a lot, but she is kind of right. They set a payment structure up, don't they? And to be honest, you can still save for your normal house that you want to buy and pay that off. She may have $100 a month payment for the next 7 years set up. Now, it sounds like a long time, and it is a long time, but you make stuff work. Do you know what I mean? Like, you might have to get a new car, and you've increased the engine from a 1.6 to a 2 litre. Do you know what I mean? And that 2 litres chugging an extra $50 a month in fuel. You make it work. You know what I mean? Your car insurance was X amount of money, and now it's increased because of everything that's going on. You make it work. You find the money. You do find the money. As long as it's not $300, $400, $500, you know what I'm saying? And it's like $150. You can scrimp and scrape and find that and still live and save as normal.
You gonna pretend like you didn't hear us fighting last night?
That was my plan, yes.
Did you know about the credit cards?
Yeah.
If you knew a secret that affected a family member, you'd tell him, right?
What are you pulling him into this for?
I'd like a fresh perspective. Well,
Do I lie, or your sister's actually your mom?
well, his daughter owes a ton of money, and he didn't tell me about it.
Ooh, juicy.
He's going to
That
whisper
baby
it.
even his?
You're on thin ice, pal.
Ah, come on. I told you about my mom.
Go.
What's this charge for?
A purse.
Just one?
A really nice one.
What's this St. Joseph's Medical Center?
Oh, that was an emergency room visit.
What happened to you?
So,
It wasn't me, it was a friend of mine.
Did he pay you back?
No.
Well, he's gonna. Where's he live?
I don't know, it was a long time ago.
What's his name?
Look, just drop it, okay? This is my problem.
Once again, it's our problem.
Don't yell at me!
I'm not yelling. I'm freaking out. Want a hug? Sure.
at least he said sure. The thing is, right, he's got nothing to freak out about. I understand it, that, like, oh, we're 12k in debt, but, like, you're not, she is. Yeah? Alright, you're together, so we are. But it's not as if it's not manageable. She's been living and paying and managing it and paying it off slowly. It's not a change to anything. It's just a cost, a financial expense that was already incurred that you just now know what it's for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's a big deal that you got in debt, because then you got to be hazardous and wary about future spending. You know what I'm saying? But, like, in the concept of freaking out, don't need to be freaking out. You know, like, the cost has already been paid, and it's been doing it over time, and there's a structure in place, like she was saying. However, I do get where he's coming from. Like, you've paid for some medical bills for somebody who couldn't afford it. You would expect them to pay you back, regardless of whether it was your partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I went and spent 10k on my girlfriend, you know, I'd at least be like, fucking hell, like, at least get his house back. You know what I mean? Like, or something. You know, I had the money at the time, but been saving it, you know, for the house or whatnot. Like, people shouldn't expect everybody to pay their own stuff. They can help and be aided, but like out of respect for people, it's like Leonard when he went to try and get Penny's money back from that big dude. Do you remember? And did he write something on his head? Can't remember now. But like the principle of what he's saying, I do believe is correct.
Georgie, when I found out you knocked up my daughter, I was gonna shoot you. I didn't. We're square.
St. Joseph's Medical Center.
Oh, that's a chunk of change. Look, if I tell you, it has to stay secret.
Yeah, he's gonna be her age and big and muscly, I reckon.
A girl named Mandy McAllister?
I used to. Why?
You owe her a bunch of money.
Who are you?
I'm her husband.
Oh, damn, she got married? I always thought someday we'd have a reconciliation.
Now, how we gonna handle this money situation?
Simple. I'll, write you a check.
All right, then. I appreciate you being cool about this.
The night she dumped me, I fell down a flight of stairs.
Ouch.
Good thing I was drunk. Only broke a wrist. That's what that medical bill was. Still clicks. Hear it? Are y'all gonna have kids?
We got one little girl, Alabama.
Shoot, leaving the state would be a parole violation.
Well, that's a shame. Good luck to you.
Hey,
What the hell? You gave me a bad check.
yeah, sorry. Wait here, I'll get you cash.
He's gonna rob it. Imagine that. I'd still wait around. I'd know that he wasn't gonna get me.
Just so you know, I'm gonna be working 3 nights a week at the diner. Start chipping away at those credit cards.
If you're open to it, I've got some ideas as to how I can be making more money at the store.
What you thinking?
Well, we got a tow truck that mostly just sits there. Why ain't we out there rescuing folks with flat tires? Everything will be above board. We can sponsor the police softball team, make donations to their charity fund.
With what money?
I got a credit card.
As long as I don't have to drive that truck at night, I'm in.
No, sir. I'll do it.
What if someone were to accidentally drop a box of nails over on Main Street?
Georgie does come up with some good ideas, you know. Like, that is actually good. I was driving the van, right, on the motorway the other day, and the front tyre blown, right, and it cost 225 quid for somebody to pull up and just put a tyre on my van at the side of the road. 225 quid. Mate, that guy only has to do one job a day. Like, one job a day. If he done that, it's over £1,000 a week. He's making 52+ K a year for doing one job. Let's say he does 2 tyres. I mean, the guy's pushing 100K. Now, in the US, that might not be a lot, but in the UK, if you are making 50K, you are fucking balling. Like, honestly. Like, it's mad how salaries in different locations is deemed good. If you said to an American, someone's on a 50,000 salary, you'd probably think, oh, they're not on that much. If you was on a 50,000 salary in the UK, you are deemed as probably being middle class. Like, you are deemed to having a decent bit of money, well off, and that's the difference. It's crazy, but it's like this house here, yeah. For example, that mortgage could be like 500 a month. I don't even know. In the UK, that'd be like $4,000. I'm not even joking. Like, and considering our salaries 3 times less, it's just mad. Like, it just is. But that's a job as well, mate. Somebody said it to me, and I don't have the money to start up, but the best businesses, if you wanted to start one, is a business that provides a service to somebody that they cannot do themselves. So you have got a pop tyre, I come and fix it, you couldn't do it yourself, I replaced it. It's a service. They needed me to attend and fix something. It's like if somebody has like a cleaning business is probably the best. Somebody needs something clean. They can't do it themselves. They could do it, but like you can't do it at a professional grade level. You know, people can keep the house nice and clean, but if you was gonna sell it or do an Airbnb short-term let, you need it professional, deep cleaned, hardcore, no dust anywhere, everything scrubbed hard. You provide that service, you know, and it's just one of them. I just think it's a good idea. He's come up with 2. On-demand calls if people have blowouts, and new tyres coming in from, they say, the Korean market.
You're really wonderful, Georgie Cooper.
I know. I am what you call a catch. If there's anything you need to tell me, now's the time.
Nothing.
This is a sad sight.
What took so long?
Sorry, had to fix a couple flats over on Main.
He's got a license.
Oh, hey, Lisa. Thanks for the call.
Thanks for the softball uniforms.
We're about that age. She's at home with my mom. Probably putting her to bed soon.
Mano here. Just want to say thanks for the care package. You know, you can never have too many socks. Anyway, listen. If you're ever in LA and you want to come by and jam with the Tonight Show band, the guys would love it.
In it, mate, you'd be definitely getting him to bell up, like, and experience some of the stuff. You know, a great thing about having like a famous or rich like celebrity friend would be not to use them for getting money, even though that would be a bonus if they wanted to give it you. It would be to experience some of the stuff that they could do. You know what I mean? Like, if they come to your house, you might experience just sitting in there or going to the diner. But, like, if you go to their house or what they're doing, what their norm is will be, like, way better than yours. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it'll feel so foreign. It feels so new. You'd be so excited. Do you know what I mean? Even just going to a mansion or having a private chef or, you know, going to this location or that location, something that you would never be able to do before. That's what would be cool if you had a celebrity friend. Do you know what I mean? Like, they might fly to another state, but whilst you're flying to the state, you could do that as well with your money, but like you might fly Delta or do you know what I mean? Like, these guys might have a private one, so you're like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, I've never done that before, and that's why it'd be cool. You know, I think it'd be so sick to be rich, not to have fancy things to show off, just to be able to do all the stuff that you wouldn't be able to do or even experience. Like, well, for example, I would love to fly first class at some point in my life, but I'm never going to pay for it. I am never going to pay for it. In my situation, you know, if I become a ridiculous millionaire who's got money to just set on fire and burn, maybe. But like, if you look at a flight, it's like $5,000 to $10,000 more than a normal seat. Why would I pay that? You know, like, that would pay off my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But just something so basic, like having a plane seat that I would never experience, I would love to. And that's where, like, it'd be so sick if you was rich. You would be able to do all these little things that are just, like, so small, but, like, so amazing. Like, it'd be mad to see. Even just flying on a private jet, like, what's it even look like inside? You see all the celebrities on it, it's all luxurious and all amazing, but, like, what's it actually feel like being in there? Do you feel like you're absolutely dripping with wealth or what? I don't know. I just sit in standard economy, you know what I mean? Squashed up next to someone, arse hurting because the seat's not soft enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's just mad, honestly. It is, but it's funny that obviously, well, Sheldon had Stephen Hawking as his mate. Do you know what I mean? Never put it past somebody what friendships can be brewing. You know, it's always the unexpected people and friendships that click. And, you know, I'd be interested if, well, there's like 2 episodes, or it might have been earlier on this episode that they mentioned this, but I feel like it was mentioned in the last one about him knowing him. And it'd be interesting if we carry on and actually make it a thing where he appears in the show. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out our channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know, I'm enjoying the story kind of starting now and getting into it. You know what I mean? Georgie's work ethic, you got to admire it. I want my kids to have that same ethic. You know, I really, really do. There's too many people in life, you know, I don't know if you experience it, but I do anyway, where you just want to sit on their ass and just get handouts and don't want to work for the money. You know what I mean? They don't want to put the graft in. They'd rather just take the easy way. And, you know, I always commend people that are willing to go out there and work 2 jobs, work, you know, late hours, long hours, on call or whatever, is because what they want to do is want to get this money, and they want to, you know, they've got a goal that they want to achieve, pay off a credit card, buy a house, just provide financial stability for them and the family. Do you know what I mean? The kids, you know, for a holiday or whatnot. Like, I just think it's great. You know, Georgie, if you look at him, he's always willing to work, go the extra mile. He's always offering to do things and pick up shifts. And, you know, we've seen him have many different jobs throughout the course of the shows, and I've got to respect it. You know, he's always upbeat and hardworking, and I love to see it, honestly. I really, really do. And yeah, okay, he's on call and he might miss a couple of nights here and there, you know, with the baby, but he's doing it so that him and his missus, his wife or whatever, can have financial stability where they can then afford to take CC on vacation. They can take her to fun things and the playgrounds and You know what I mean? Like the beach and stuff. Like everything does come at a cost. It really, really does. You know, you think of the most basic stuff, it just comes at a ridiculous cost. Like I was saying the other day, like you might not think it's something so simple, but like food, especially in the UK, in my personal opinion, is a ridiculous price. I think it's a ridiculous price, and like it's so much easier to eat unhealthier than it is to be kind of healthy. So if you was like a family of 6, like the Coopers was a big family, wasn't it? It'd be so much easier for them to go buy bags of chips and bags of chocolate and like microwave pizzas, for example, than it would be to sit down and say do a curry for the family. It's something so simple, you know. If they wanted to get some chicken thighs, I don't know, let's just say they wanted to create their own curry sauce and some rice and get some naan. For a family of 6, that's costing you like £20. Honestly, £20. You know, what if for your breakfast you wanted some porridge and some berries? You know, strawberries, blueberries. Again, that's costing you £5. It's ridiculous. Like, and you've got to work and work and work to be able to afford the normal things. So you have to go the extra mile to go for these additional things. Like, he wants to pay that bill off. You got to say fair play to him, you know. They want to save up for a house. Mandy's like, I'm going to go back to work as well. Both parents are willing to, you know, lose a little bit of time with the child so that they can put themselves in a position that when the kids 1, 2, 3, 4 be able to walk around and talk and have fun, they should be free. They should have all the bills. They should be able to have a house for themselves, no debt, and they can provide all their money and time to CC. So you got to respect it, honestly, you really do. And I think Georgie comes up with great ideas. You know, he's always coming up with some good ideas. He's a good entrepreneur, and you know, it's easy to see why he's successful later on in life because no job's too hard for him. Do you know what I mean? And he's always willing to have a crack at it. Even if it fails, he's there and going for it. So I think this tow truck's a great idea. And also, I don't know if you've ever seen any videos, but like in real life in the US anyway, like there's like professional tow trucky people or whatever you call it. And it's like a hit job. Honestly, like somebody might have a car and they've not been paying the loan or whatever it is. So like it's the company might want to repossess it or whatnot. And like you can see videos on YouTube or TikTok, like they'll have a van and they'll drop the back lever, and literally within 5 seconds they'll drive in front of a car, whip it up, pull it, and gone. Like literally, it's like that. Click of a finger. Honestly, it's mad how fast they do it. Like I said, it's like a hit job. Like if you've never seen it before, watch it. It's amazing to see, honestly. Like car repossessions and how fast people do it in today's society, especially in the US as well, where people can pull out a weapon on you because you're allowed to carry, aren't you, for self-defense. You know, you could deem it as somebody stealing a possession and try to go for it. So I think it's crazy, but it's a great idea. It's a Moneyball kind of effect. You know, you have a service, people come to you, you're on call. You don't have to do anything. You're not waiting. You're not spending time. You're just doing your thing. Someone bells you up. I've got a problem. Can you solve it? Yeah, I can. Easy money. There you go. And like I said, I love his work ethic, and I can't wait to obviously see him. And I'm hoping by the end of, not this series or whatnot, but at some point we can see them have enough money to buy their own house, because that would be a great achievement for them. But thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.